Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Spooky Queen. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to dive into the Ghost Hunting Survivors Guide. This is your Phasmophobia journal, and I wanted to go a little in depth and go through each of the tabs and what's on each page and just talk a little bit about it. I do want to start filming some Phasmophobia content, and no better way to start off than getting to know your journal, because this is your main guy right here to getting your ghost. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So when you get into Phasmophobia, you're going to press J. I am on PC. I don't play on Xbox. I don't play on PlayStation. I am strictly a PC player. So when I speak about buttons to press or anything like that, I'm going to be referring to what I use. And so for me, when I open up my journal, I press J. And this right here is your journal. This is the home page. This is where we start. And right here has your index and what page, things can be found on. And we're just going to get into each tab. So this is your introduction. Ghosts are spirits formed from violent or sudden deaths and can haunt locations for up to 1,000 years. They feed on people's fear. Evidence of paranormal activity is high in demand, but acquiring evidence is an extremely dangerous task. It's your job to enter haunted locations and gather as much paranormal evidence as possible. Don't outstay your welcome and get out as soon as you're finished. In order to discover what type of ghost you are dealing with, you will have to learn each ghost's strengths and weaknesses. This guide will help you understand what you need to do to survive. So let's talk about our sanity. So right here, you have your sanity screen. Higher the sanity, the better off you are. Unless you get a ghost that hunts at 100% sanity, which I can go in depth in another video, then your 100% sanity should be good. So sanity, during paranormal investigations, you will need to maintain your sanity. Stand in lit areas, avoid looking at paranormal entities, and be time efficient. All ghost types prey on weaker minds, so make sure you're careful. You have a few minutes at the start of each investigation before your sanity starts to lower faster. Use this time to find the ghost, set up your equipment, and get as much evidence as possible. If your sanity becomes too low, we recommend you leave. So the lower your sanity, the higher chance you have of a ghost hunting you relatively quickly, unless this is a ghost that hunts at high sanity. However, most of these ghosts hunt at 50% sanity or less. And again, I will go over sanities and ghost hunting sanity in a different video. So now we're going to talk about our tools. So smudging. Certain herbs and natural materials cause ghosts to become weaker. You can use this to your advantage. Just grab some incense and burn them near the ghost. So if you come over here, this is your incense. So this is a tier 2 incense, and I'm going to go through tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 items, but this is your incense stick. Make sure you have a lighter on you, otherwise the incense stick will not work. And in order to use it, you're just going to right click on your mouse and it's going to burn the incense. And then just to discard the burnt incense, you're going to press G to drop it. All right. And then we have our media. Try to fill the media pages in the journal with photographs, videos, and sounds of different paranormal activity. Capturing unique media will reward you with more money at the end of the contract. So your media is right up here on this 4th tab. When you click on it, you have a slot for 5 photos, 5 videos, and 3 media sounds, and this will be recorded with your sound recorder. So sounds will be recorded this way. You hold your right mouse button to record, and then you have your camera and you have your video camera. So let's go back. And then we have tracking movements. You can use sensors, sound, and salt to track where the ghost is moving. Creating an optimal surveillance area is key to keeping track of the ghost's location. So you have, this is my tier 2 sensor. So this you will place on a wall. And then you have your sound. You place this in the ghost room and it will show, and sometimes you can hear the sounds of what's going on in the room. However, you cannot hear if there is an EMF 5. This is your EMF reader. You cannot hear an EMF 5 through the sound sensor. And then you have your salt. This is my tier 2 salt, my favorite salt. And you just place that down and you can see where the ghost is by salt and motion sensor and also sometimes the sound sensor. Then we have payments. Investigation bonus. Make sure to complete the main objective of finding the ghost, as this will give you double rewards for your optional objectives, as well as a small sum of extra money on top. Perfect investigation bonus. If you complete the above all side objectives, collect the bone, and fill the journal with unique media, you will receive an even larger reward. Reward multipliers. After your rewards have been totaled, they will be multiplied by your difficulty multiplier. The harder the difficulty, the higher the multiplier. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the overview really quick, just so I can show you guys what you need to do for a perfect investigation. In order to get the perfect investigation, you have your optional objectives here, which you have to get all 3 check marked. There will be a red check mark once you have completed it on your journal, and there will also be red check marks on each of the pieces of paper on your cork board. And then also, to get a perfect investigation, you need to have all your photos, all your videos, and all your sounds. You cannot have duplicates. They need to all be unique media. And then you also need to make sure that you get the evidence correct and the ghost type correct. As long as you have all of these and you collect the bone, then you will receive a perfect investigation and a higher payment. Also, if your multiplier is high, that's an even bigger payment. So now we're going to quickly go into cursed possessions. I'm just going to quickly go through this. I will make a video regarding all cursed possessions at a later time. So for your cursed possessions, you have a Ouija board, you have a haunted mirror, a voodoo doll, a summoning circle, a music box. You have your tarot cards and the monkey paw. I'm also going to be making a video regarding the monkey paw and where you can find all of the wishes in Sunny Meadows. Gathering evidence. Each ghost has a unique type of evidence. You only get 3. However, the only ghost that is going to appear to have 4, the mimic, is the only one that will show 4 evidence, but one of the evidence is fake evidence. So if you go in and you have ghost orbs, ultraviolet, spirit box, and freezing temps, that is your mimic. So as long as you have ghost orbs and one of these, always check to make sure that the 4th one is or is not present, because if it is a mimic. If it is not, then obviously it is some other ghost. So we have EMF level 5. This is your EMF reader. That is tier 3. And then spirit box. This is your tier 3 spirit box. Then we have our freezing temps. This is tier 3. You press and hold the right mouse button to test the temperature. Then you have ultraviolet, which is this bad boy right here. You have ghost orbs, which you can record on your camera. Ghost writing book, which is right here. And then you have dots, and this will be placed on the floor, ceiling, or wall, and it will show green dots. So you can test for dots. And then again, you have your main page. When you go into a house, there will be a key. Make sure you grab that, and then it will appear in your journal. Also, when you go into a house, I will show you right quick. When you go into a house, make sure to find the key for the car. And it will appear here, because if the ghost is in the garage and it sets off the car alarm, then you will definitely need the key to turn that off. And then we have a slot for ghost types. Currently, these are all the ghosts present in the game. The most recent being the Dayin, the Galu, and the Obambo. So if you click on each ghost, there will be a little description about it, its strength and its weakness, and then the 3 evidence for the ghost. Like I was saying about the mimic earlier, spirit box, ultraviolet, and freezing temps are the evidence. However, you should also get ghost orbs if it is a mimic. So Banshee, this ghost will have like a screaming in the parabolic mic. So if you take this, turn it on, listen in the ghost room for screaming. That is the only ghost that can scream. Also, banshees sing a lot when hunting. So again, I will go through each individual ghost at a later time. But yes, so we have our banshee, our Dayan, our Diogen, our demon, our Galu, our Goryo, Hantu, Jin, Mare, Moroi, Myling, Obake, Obambo, Oni, Onryo, Phantom, which is one of my favorites. I don't know why I like the Phantom so much, but Phantom and Dios are my favorite. My favorite ghost that does not so much an event, but its ability is the Poltergeist, because it can throw multiple items across the room very far at one time. Then we have your Poltergeist, Raiju, Revenant, Shade, Spirit, Fae, the Mimic, the Twins, Wraith, Yokai, and Yuri. And then, of course, you have your pause menu, and then there's a section for statistics. This will show you how you're doing in your game. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, next time, or in the next video, I am going to go through each tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 items, talk a little bit about them, and then we will discuss a little bit more about what's going on inside the van. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.